listening to the Lutheran Ladies Lounge podcast. I'm Sarah.
I'm Erin.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Bri. Hello.
Yeah. We're already yelling 5 seconds into the show.
Merry Christmas, everybody! Merry Christmas to me!
We already broke the mics, guys.
It is. It is a Christmas present for us all.
This is legit our Christmas present
It's
to
a
you
Christmas
this year, guys.
present. That's what I'm talking about. I love that.
This is no rehashed poetry slam for the third year in a row. This is a newly created Bri's Radio Theater episode.
Original composition.
I'm so excited. So stinking excited right now. Bri is in the studio with us.
I am.
As we promised, you would come back.
I did.
Occasionally. And here you are.
Quite the occasion.
Yes. You're even dressed festively. I think everybody had Christmas parties today. So
literally everybody in St. Louis.
So we're coming off Christmas party high right now, too. Shall we set the scene, Bri? Do you want to give us any background of what anybody needs to know before we jump into this?
Yeah. Basically, all that I can really say about this is that it's in the realm of absurd humor, perhaps unsurprisingly. Am I correct?
Nobody is surprised.
And some of it is loosely based off of a fever dream that I had one time.
Oh boy.
So around the time we were getting ready for the LWML convention in June.
Yeah.
Okay. This is what was born onto my brain while I was asleep.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So this is a take on the beloved Twas the Night. No, not the Twas the Night Before Christmas. It's actually called A Visit from St. Nicholas.
Which is Twas the Night Before Christmas in modern parlance.
Yes.
That's the original title?
But that's not. Well, people mistake Twas the Night Before Christmas. And so
Okay.
this is my take on it, an homage to Clement C, if you will. A Visit from St. Martin.
Can't even wait.
Here we go. Fancy music.
"'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the lounge not a creature was stirring, not even, nothing really great rhymes with lounge here. Sorry, guys, that's unfortunate.
And I wouldn't say there is no stirring here. There's plenty of stirring. I mean, look at all these mixing bowls.
Did we really need 23 KitchenAid stand mixers for these cookies?
Yes, I think so. How else are we going to get 3,600 Christmas cookies baked and decorated in time for the LWML Christmas Cookie Convention?
Well, in honor of the occasion, I did decide to graduate from wooden spoon and try some new technology. Check out my brand new to me, trusty hand crank head beater. Aren't you proud of me?
Look at you becoming all comfortable with a kitchen gadget.
Hashtag grow it.
The cookies were baked in the oven with care in hopes that President Eden soon would be there. Sarah, Rachel, and Erin, after this past July, were asked to give large format catering a try.
Guys, I don't think large format catering is for us.
I'll say these cookies are hardly cookies. It tastes like I just bit into a salt lick. Sarah, what did you put into these?
I followed the directions to a T, I promise. 2 sticks of butter, a cup of sugar from that blue container, 2 eggs.
Wait a minute. You thought the blue container had the sugar in it?
Yeah.
The sugar is in the yellow container because it's sweet. Yellow for sweet.
Wait,
everyone knows this. Blue is salt because you use salt on the roads when it's cold. Ice.
I don't know your color codes.
And I, in my apron, my chef's hat and dress, walked into the kitchen to make more of a mess. Ladies, what are you even doing?
What does it look like?
Cookie swap in a post-apocalyptic hellscape?
Basically.
No. The LWML wanted to have a Christmas cookie convention this year. And after hearing our Iron Ladle Challenge episode on dessert bars, they asked us to cater the cookies. And we didn't immediately say no like we should have. And so now, well, here we are.
What in the overcommitting absurdity? Y'all, that was my job.
Well, we all just realized that about 10 batches of cookies used up a cup of salt and a pinch of sugar, so come help us fix it.
When from outside the kitchen, we heard a huge boom. So we ran to the window, as I'm sure you assumed. The sirens and flashing gave us a great scare, and we hardly believed what we had seen there.
Okay, what am I looking at?
Looks like me in a mullet.
No, that's not you.
It's trash!
Okay, but why am I mean, Trish, 10 feet tall? And why am I climbing out of a giant recipe card box?
It truly is the end times. So,
I am kind of impressed, though. That improvised duct tape strap on the guitar she's carrying has held up really well since this summer. But what I really want to know is who's that with her?
Then before us there stood a familiar intruder. The balding, the crusty, the old
Martin Luther?
He sat in his sleigh with a fake beard and reins, a toy sack at his feet filled with stuffies and trains. He opened his mouth, and here's what he said, as all of my teeth fell out of my head. I hate that dream. Now Augsburg, now Schmalkald, on Fechtung be graved, by grace alone, faith alone, word alone saved. To the top of the spire, to the top of the wall, go forth and tell those Christ's salvation for all. Ho, ho, homoousius.
There's the timer. Cookies are done. Let's go pull them out.
Soon sainted Luther hopped out of his sled and then asked the ladies where he might be fed.
Ooh, perhaps he would like to sample some of our cookies. Let's bring him inside.
Bri, it looks like you lost another tooth.
Oh.
I hate it when that happens.
So they pulled him inside, led him to the goods. He sniffed in the air and lowered his hood. He lifted a cookie up to his lips, unbothered that it would go straight to his hips. He hummed subtly. Not much of a sound. He paused, then he gobbled the rest of it down.
That's a sterling endorsement if I ever saw one.
Mm-hmm. He was dressed in a robe, now covered in crumbs. It was tattered and brown, and his cheeks were like plums. The bundle of toys he had flung on his back was dropped to the ground, and he reached in the sack.
I really feel like Martin Luther talked a lot more in real life.
Same. Oh, a Book of Concord? For me? You want me to have this? You shouldn't have Martin Luther.
Please don't tell my husband that Martin Luther is out here handing out books.
Mine neither.
His eyes didn't twinkle, their sockets quite sunken, forehead wrinkled and haggard, his head like a pumpkin.
Hey, give him a break. The man didn't age well. He had digestive issues and went through a lot of trauma in his life.
His face was not joyful, his appearance was frumpy, and though he didn't say much, I think he was quite grumpy.
I said give him a break. He literally lived through the plague 2.0.
His gray ringlets circled his head like a wreath. And then, 'fore I knew it, I lost some more teeth. How many teeth do I actually have? He had a broad face and his belly was large. If you said that about me, I'd be guilty as charged. He was quiet and terse, a right crotchety old monk, and he looked at me gruffly like I was some punk. Jeez Louise, was it something I said?
It is entirely possible.
You called him a crotchety old monk.
That's true. He grunted and mumbled, said something in German. He gestured around as though giving a sermon. Then he spoke not a word and stood up to leave, a platter of cookies stuffed up in his sleeve.
Wow. So that just happened.
Smuggling that platter of cookies was the ultimate power move.
We can't even be mad about it.
Of course, this does mean we're going to have to bake some more.
Old Luther threw open the door, and he left, and he clambered back into the sleigh with a heft, and we heard him exclaim, just as loud as could be, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good..."
Bri!
Huh? What? Where am I?
DDOE. Has it been so long that you don't remember?
Well, no, of course I remember.
We were about to start the Christmas pageant episode. And why are your fingers in your mouth?
Huh? Oh, okay. All my teeth are still here after all. And did you guys know that Martin Luther was a documented cookie thief? And he was actually far uglier than how Lucas Cranach portrays him.
I'm not even going to pretend that I know what that's about. But also, I am altogether unsurprised.
Well, yeah, and did I hear correctly that the LWML is having a Christmas cookie convention this year?
No. Not that we're aware of.
Erin, is she okay?
I'm not sure what.
Well, sounds like I must have dreamt that then, or maybe I've just been away for too long. But anyway, I'm ready. Let's get started.
Welcome back, Bri. And scene.
Welcome back.
Thanks. It's good to be here.
I'm just going to keep squealing because I'm just so happy right now.
Yes, that was
Poor
delightful.
Martin
Yes.
Luther. Someone's
Yes.
going to be like, don't disrespect the dead like that. From a meme that I stole, St. Nicholas. Okay, don't come at me in the comments. I stole that.
What is homoousius?
Homoousius is
Homoousius.
something about the spirit or
It's
something.
the same substance as the Father,
Yeah, it's
as
the
opposed to
the creed.
similar. Yeah.
Are there 3 O's in a row in that word?
There's two.
There's two.
No.
HOMOOUSIOUS.
Yeah.
Homoousius.
This is great.
Homoousius. I was in all the spelling bees when I was a kid. Little
I've
long
never
time.
seen Creed stuff.
There's more O's in a single word.
Then homoousius.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
There are.
You just
That's
gotta put a hyphen in the middle of it in your brain.
Yeah.
Does
All them
someone
extra O's.
does someone make an ugly Christmas sweater that has Martin Luther that says homoousius on it?
I'm sure
'Cause I want it.
Someone does that with Saint
Mhm.
Nicholas, like
Yeah.
the actual dude, like not Santa
Mm,
that we know from
Oh,
mainstream
yes.
culture.
the actual Saint Nick.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He punched heretics in the face, apparently.
Yeah. Arius deserved it.
They got it wrong.
Mhm.
And so not really
How
not
come
really
it's only
the,
this year that suddenly everyone's saying, we got it wrong? Every year, I feel like for the past solid 5 years, maybe 10 years,
Since
leading
the
up
internet became a huge thing.
to Nicholas Day, everyone's always like, oh, I'm St. Nicholas, and I give out presents. And they're like, no, actually, I punch heretics in the face, and now they made me into a joke. And now this year, they're like, No, St. Nicholas never punched heretics.
No, he slapped him. That's the actual story.
It was an open face punch. Anyway, I don't know. I think it's meme culture.
I think it's meme culture.
It is meme culture. But I think probably the punching heretics in the face is probably closer than Clement C. Moore's depiction.
Yeah, you're probably right, honestly.
I honestly think that even if he didn't punch Arius in the face the first time around, he would probably try to punch most of the mall Santas in the face today if we were walking around. He'd be
and
like,
honestly, his belly probably didn't shake like a bowl full of jelly. He was probably skinnier.
There's some fan fiction for you. Saint Nick comes back from the dead and haunts every mall.
See you next time on the Lutheran Ladies Lounge Christmas Special 2024.
forget heretics. This time he's taking on idolatry in America.
Correct. Consumerism. The next foe.
Got the hard-hitting news topics
correct.
Yeah, that's a subject. We did finally cover some very hot button topics this year that we promised we never would, but I still think we're about 5 years off from being able to tackle, do you do Santa with your kids?
Oh no. You break the internet again.
Yeah.
That's the only one I can think of that would be worse than Halloween.
Yeah. Santa might be off limits.
Yeah.
Well, Bri, it has been fabulous. I don't even have the words right now. It is so great to have you back in the studio.
It's good to be here.
For a Christmas gift.
And not even just your regular, like, impromptu, improvisational self, but you actually wrote this whole script for us as a gift.
It was
and that was a delight.
Yes.
And what is not going to come through in the final cut of this is that as soon as we wrapped, all four of us like just launched into this enormous chit chat, brainstorming catch-up session because we miss you, Bri, but we're going to totally cut that because it's irrelevant. Maybe 50 years from now, the vault will open and the conversation will get aired. But until then,
it is a dearth of Christmas joy, quite frankly. Don't air this .mp4 for real .mp4.
I have a catalog of those.
We should auction that off.
over my dead body, literally.
Share-a-thon. It can be part of your estate
gift.
It'll be part of my estate. I hereby bequeath permission to finally share all the embarrassing things that Sarah cut from our episodes.
Institute.
Can you imagine in 100 years if people listen to some of the things we said off air?
Or on air, for that matter.
That's true.
Hide the peanut.
Oh, that was a great episode.
That was the best.
That's a Walter League reference for people who think you're just randomly saying things.
But also,
I sort of thought she was randomly saying things. I forgot the Walter League reference.
Me too.
And the peanut, a great party game.
That's just my operating mode every
For
time.
young and old kids alike.
That's right. It's true.
Join our Facebook group, guys. You can comment on this episode or share anything that you'd like with us in our Facebook group, Lutheran Ladies Lounge on Facebook. You can also comment on all of our posts on Instagram at Lutheran Ladies Lounge. You can find all of our episodes at kfuo.org/Lutheran Ladies Lounge or on the KFUO radio app or on your favorite podcasting app. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Ho, ho, ho,
And to
mosies.
all a good night.
You're listening to the Lutheran Ladies Lounge podcast. I'm Sarah.
I'm Aaron.
Do it, Bri.
It's waiting for you.
Oh,
You can go. Take your old spot.
I'm a cookie swap in a post-apocalyptic hellscape.
And I'm Santa Trish.
Santa Trish! Hey, guys!
Oh, Santa Trish.
Views and opinions expressed on the Lutheran Ladies Lounge podcast may not represent the official position of the management or ownership of KFUO Radio, the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod. The Lutheran Ladies Lounge is produced by KFUO Radio and available at kfuo.org or wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and leave a review for us too. If you love the Lutheran Ladies Lounge podcast, consider financially supporting our producer, KFUO Radio, so we can keep doing what we do. Find out how at kfuo.org/give.